Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to my first ever car cleaning video. Now you guys know I have posted so many cleaning videos on this channel within my home, but I've never actually come outside and cleaned one of our cars and shown you. So that's what I'm going to do today. We're coming to the end of week 4 in quarantine. We have decluttered and cleaned pretty much everything inside our home. So this seems like the perfect opportunity to come outside and clean this car. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how we do it, and I also have some great product recommendations for you if you wanted to do something similar at home. But this is our little Mini Cooper. We love driving this car. We also have a larger family car, which is what I tend to drive, and then Matt tends to drive the Mini quite a lot for errands. He also does the school run with this. It's really easy to park, so it's great for that. And we also ferry the kids around to all their various different clubs, which is probably why you can see in these before shots that there is a lot of mud on the car, within the car. There's some food, some crisps, and just a lot of dust. We've had this car for a year, and I don't think we've ever actually cleaned it or had it cleaned, whereas with our other family car, we tend to clean that quite often every month. It is in desperate need. There's some very satisfying before and afters in this video. So first things first, I'm going to show you everything that I'm going to use, and then we are going to get in to this clean. So a friend of ours is a professional car detailer, and his biggest tip to us was to wash your car with multiple buckets, at least 2, but 3 is even better. So I've got 3 buckets today. I've also got some paint brushes. I've also got 3 microfiber cloths. This is what I'm going to use to dry the car and to buff it. We also have a lamb's wool mitt. This is so soft, and this is perfect for applying the car shampoo. And that's another big tip. Don't just use any old washing up liquid. Get a proper car wash or car shampoo to wash your car. This is a bit extra. Matt bought this. It's a tire dressing. I've also got some Dettol wipes because I just want to make sure that all the hot spots in the car are disinfected, especially due to the current climate. I've also got some glass cleaner, and then a few, again, these are like extra products that Matt ordered. We've got a cockpit shine, so this is great for any plastic in your car, and then we've also got one for leather, so there's a little bit of leather on the seats and stuff like that, so I've got all of that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is run around with a plastic bag and get any garbage or rubbish out of our car. We're also going to empty our boot or trunk because it is full of stuff. You can see Matt taking some boots out of there, and then we're also going to take the 2 car seats out of the back. We have these so that when we do use it for the school run, we can easily get Fraser and Caleb into this car safely. And then I also have a really good hack to show you. We use pet covers on our car seats. So we've got a big one across the 2 back seats, and we've just cut holes in them for the seat belts, and it really does help to protect our car. And we also have a car protector on the driver's side as well. So I'm going to take both of those off and stick them into the washing machine just to clean them up and also make them smell really nice. And then I'm going to whiz around the car with our little Dyson vacuum just to get all of the big bits of dirt up. And then after I have actually dusted and cleaned within the car, I'm going to do a second vacuum because you should probably clean from the top down. But this car is just so grubby, I need to just do a really quick once over to start off with. Now I'm just going to go in with a cloth and some warm soapy water to wipe down the inside of the car. There's quite a bit of dust, as I mentioned, and some dirt as well. This side was particularly bad. This must be the one that the boys climb in on because there are some muddy footprints on the back of that chair, but luckily the soapy water got that off quite well. The door was also quite dirty and the door frame, it was also quite muddy. I'm also just going to give the back seats a little bit of a wipe down, but as you can see, because we have those pet covers protecting the car seats, it really isn't bad at all. They're pretty clean. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and dust the front of the car as well. And now I can also show you why I'm using a paintbrush for this clean. I just borrowed this out of my kids' craft supplies because it works really well for in and around the air vents. Also, the steering wheel, the badge on the steering wheel was also really dusty. So I was almost using the paintbrush to loosen up the dirt and dust before I wiped it all down. So the radio buttons were quite dirty and dusty, the aircon dials and the cup holders, and particularly the gear stick was really gross and crusty. So I was loosening it all up with the paintbrush and then giving it a really good wipe down. The handbrake as well was quite dirty, and then just by wiping all this down, it made the front of the car look so much cleaner just by doing that. And I also wanted to give you a good tip. When it comes to wiping down the pedals in your car, it's really important that you don't use any product on this area. Obviously, you don't want to make the pedals slippy or anything like that. So I'm literally just using warm water on this area, and then I'm also wiping down I have no idea what this is called, the footpath as you get into the car, wiping that down to make it look a lot shinier. We have these cute like mini plates there, and they look so much better now that they have been wiped. And now that all the dirt and grime is off of the inside of the car, I'm now going to go in with my Flash Dash. This is the cockpit shiner, so you can put this on any plastic areas. It really did shine it up and make it like a nicer color. So I'm going to do all of the plastic with that in the car, and then I also have the one for leather, just for the tiny bit of leather that's on our seats. And then the last thing I'm going to do is go in with the antibacterial wipes and then wipe down any of the hot spots within the car. as you can see, I'm now just wiping down the inside of our windows. For this, I'm using a Marigold squeaky clean cloth that's a little bit damp. I really like using these because they don't streak at all. It means you can avoid using paper towel, and I just think they work really well. And then I'm also using some glass cleaner today. So I'm just going to go around to all the inside of the windows, and then of course the big window at the front. This was a bit of a workout. My arm was hurting by the end of it, and I haven't even got to the outside of the car yet. But now the last thing I'm going to do is just run around again with the vacuum, just to make sure that I've got all of the little bits up before I put the car mats back in, and then we can move on to the outside of the car. Yay, that is the inside all clean. So now I can explain to you why I'm using 3 buckets to wash my car. The first bucket just has soapy water in it, and I'm using that and a hard bristle brush to wash down the alloys of our car and the wheels. So I'm just going to run around and wipe them down first. The other 2 buckets is so that I can have one clean bucket of water and one dirty bucket of water. So there's one that I will always dip the cloth into first, and then once I've washed the car, I will always rinse the cloth off in the dirty bucket, and this just means that no little stones or dirt gets back onto your car. So I'll show you more of that in a minute. But now that the wheels have had a good scrub, I'm going to run around with our jet wash, but you could use your hose or anything. Really all I'm doing here is just getting the car wet, giving it a good rinse off, ready so that I can apply the car shampoo. Now I'm just going to apply my little lamb's wool mitt, and then I'm going to dip it into the clean bucket of water. I've tried to move them far away from each other so that I can remember which one is which. Then I'm going to take a little bit of my car shampoo. To be honest, that was probably too much because it lathered up so much. And I'm going to start out with the roof of the car and then work my way down to the panels. So just reaching over. Luckily, this is like quite a short car. I'm only 5'3" and I could pretty much reach the whole top of this car. Then you dip it into the dirty bucket to rinse it off, give it a good rinse and a squeeze, and then I dip it back into the clean bucket before then applying some more shampoo. I hope that makes sense because I'm confusing myself just by saying it. But yeah, this time I've learnt I'm just going to use a tiny bit, and then I'm going to use that to do like one entire panel and get that all clean, and then yeah, just basically carry that on all the way around the car, and I'm even going to do the windows as well. wax on. Wax off.
That is rubbish.
Matt loves my Karate Kid impression really, but the reason I'm doing this is because now that the car is all rinsed off, I'm using 2 microfiber cloths to dry it. The one in my left hand I'm using to get the majority of the water off, and then the one in my right hand I'm using mostly to buff and to get any streaks off, and it worked really well. So I just went around all the sides and the roof as well to dry it, and by the end of it, it was honestly such a workout. I was out of breath and I must have burned a lot of calories doing this. Well, I felt like I did anyway. Also, I just wanted to say, if you're wondering where the kids are, because Matt was helping me film some of this, they are literally at arm's length in the garden playing football, and it took us so long to film because we were in and out making lunches, playing with them, taking breaks and stuff like that. So yeah, I think if you actually just went for it yourself, it wouldn't take that long. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. And then one other thing that I wanted to show you, which was like a bit extra, is the tire dressing that Matt bought. So you basically put this onto the outer edge of your tire just to give them a really nice shine. You don't put it on the tread at all because again, you don't want to make it slippery. But if you want like an extra bit of shine, then that is for that. The only other thing that I'm going to do is give our windshield wipers a wipe down before I put them back onto the window, and I'm glad I did because they were really dirty. But that is it. That is our car all cleaned. The only other thing I have to do is once the car seat covers are all dry from the washing machine, I'm going to put them back on. But it's looking so much nicer, and again, that is another big tick off of my list. That is all done. I could probably tackle our family car at some point, but it really isn't as bad as this one was. So yeah, let me know what you think of this video and if you liked it. I know it's a little bit different today, and if you have any other requests for cleaning videos that you would like to see, just let me know in the comments. I always try to reply to as many as I possibly can. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and for being just fabulous, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.